Greetings, everyone. So tonight I wanted to talk about energy drainers. In full disclosure, I myself have been an energy drainer. So what I've learned is that you have to do your best to get away from or distance yourself from energy drainers. This could be a person. This could be a workplace. This could be a relative, a friend, an environment. It could be a lot of things. And it doesn't mean that you don't care. It just means that you have to preserve your own energy. And the only person that can preserve your energy is you. Nobody else. Your boss can't do it. Your husband can't do it. Your mom can't do it. Your school can't do it. You have to do it. And how you do this is you become more aware of what, who, where, and more are the energy drainers. And if a person's an energy drainer, it doesn't mean necessarily that they're a bad person, but it just means that in order for them to deal with whatever it is they're going through, they have to dump all their energy on you, like energy dumping, which of course I myself have done. So how do you do this? How do you distance yourself from an energy drainer? Whether it's a person, whether it's an environment, whether it's a child that you just need a little break from, whether it is negative Nelly at work, whether it is a neighbor that is just nasty, nasty, nasty. How do you preserve your energy and stay away from the energy drainer? Well, let me tell you, it takes work. And not to beat the drum over and over and over, but you guys know law of attraction is my life. And even though I'm going through what I'm going through right now, I'm sure somehow I attracted it. Maybe I ate the wrong thing. Maybe I was swimming in 5G radiation. Who knows? I'm not sure. Without really knowing it, I'm not sure. But once you are aware of a person or environment that is draining your energy, now you have to do something about it. And I don't like to talk down to people. Like, I get on a lot of people's nerves, and I can sort of see why. But, how am I supposed to change my brain from thinking the way it does? It's just how I think. So let's say you've got this coworker that is just a major pain in your behind. We've all dealt with people like this. And we might have been that person. I'm not sure. But you come to your workspace. If you're like me, I just like my space. I want people to kind of leave me alone so I can do my work. But you always got that one. They want to stop by your desk and blah, 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 blah. They're going to tell you all the work gossip. They're going to tell you how they couldn't get their child into soccer because they missed the deadline. They're going to tell you all this stuff. And it's not like it's not like that you don't have compassion, but you're like, dude, dude, I got my own stuff to deal with right now, and I'm really focusing on getting my work done. So how do you avoid them? You maybe work from home. You maybe ask your boss if you can go to that training by yourself. You might if you're able to do so, work out of the office and go to remote locations where, gossip worker is not there. Or, there's all kinds of ways. You can ask for reassignment. Maybe you put in for a transfer. And it's not just because a person's an energy drainer does not mean they're a bad person. Maybe they're lonely. Maybe they're in an abusive relationship. They don't have a lot of people to talk to. But it's just like a lot on you. So you just kind of have to distance yourself. An energy drainer can be a workplace. I've talked about it over and over and over. I don't like to beat the drum over and over. So I'm going to try to see if I can find something else. Let's say I'm going to use, you guys know I'm from the old school. I'm thinking of Eddie Murphy. You guys remember the drunk uncle? Oh, I love that skit so much. Oh my gosh. The drunk uncle? This is my motherfucking house. Maybe just don't go to drunk uncle's barbecues, right? Or if you do, make up a BS story like you got to go home. Junior's got class pictures the next day. Whatever it is. Save face. You don't have to tell them that you can't stand drunk uncle or you just don't want to be stressed out. So, and yeah, you can become kind of a loner. I mean, I'm a little bit of a loner, but I don't know. Maybe I might tell my whole story one day. Like, I'm not a victim, but my life definitely has not been easy. So sometimes you become a loner just because. You become a loner because you're like, I'm not getting abused today. Or you just don't want the drama. You know what I mean? Preserving your energy and staying away from an energy drainer means when you're at the post office and you're getting ready, you've got to send off some packages. Let's say you got a little Etsy business going and you're going to drop off your products to get shipped out. And don't ask me why I'm thinking of this name. Junior Mafia is in the front of the line, and Junior Mafia is tripping out. Junior Mafia's like, why is this line taking so long? As if he's the only person in line, right? And you're like, oh my God. So you know how you can preserve your energy and stay out of that energy field is you just let Junior like blah, 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 blah. Let him blah, 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 blah. And meanwhile, you're going to go to this, they got a special station for Etsy sellers. You drop your stuff off and you call it a day. You got your UPCs, your UPC, whatever you call it, those UPC codes, and you're like, bounce. I'm out. I mean, unless you're able to cut yourself completely from society, that's kind of a hard thing to do nowadays. Although I do really admire these Southerners like down in the Appalachians or even Colorado and other places throughout the world that they got their own little, independent world going. And honestly, too, to stay away from energy drainers, you've got to not be an energy drainer yourself. We've all done it. You might even drain your energy by trying to think you're Superwoman. I'm not your Superwoman. Try and do everything. Are you crazy? You think you can do everything? No, honey. You got to take care of yourself somehow. Because if you're dead, you're not going to be able to help anyone, are you? Right? So, and honestly, it's kind of like you just have to have really strong discernment, and you be looking around like, yo, I'm not feeling this energy. I gotta go. You know what I mean? It's just really as simple as that. And yes, law of attraction, we do attract like attracts like. But as I've said over and over, empaths attract narcissists. Empaths attract psychopaths. Empaths attract energy vampires. They want to be sucking off our energy. Sure enough, you go into the boss says, yo, you able to work till 10 tonight? Nah, boss. I got to pick up my daughter. Why's that? You guys know I'm sarcastic. So, it's like you just got to find a way. And if you are dealing with a narcissist, fawn, girl, fawn. Or mister. Fawn, sir. Just do what you got to do. Because you got to take care of yourself, bro. Because nobody else can take care of you. So, let me think here. How can you tell someone is an energy drainer? They talk nonstop. They just won't shut up. And it doesn't mean they're a bad person. I know people like this. I'm not going to go down that road. But it's like, you guys have all been there. And probably I was chatty Cathy. I'm sure I was. This person is like, and in your mind, you're like thinking, because it's making you, it's making you nervous. And you want to say, shut the fuck up. You want to say it so bad. But for so different reasons, you don't want to do that because let's say, maybe you're at a job, or maybe it's like your close relative and you don't want to get them upset. But you're just like, oh my God, just shut the fuck up. Oh, that makes me so nervous when people do that. And I probably done it myself. I'm sure I did. Valium is made for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So, another way to detect an energy vampire. Do they always put other people down? Or do they go like on these crazy, crazy rants about politics? Oh my God, I knew someone like this. And you guys should know by now, I don't do politics, but I know a lot about, I know a lot about what the game is, what the chess pieces are. The delusion, the polarity, the duality that keeps this whole matrix going. If you feel stressed or you feel nervous around someone, that's your gut telling you, time to go. I don't care what you got to say. I got to take my cat to the sitter. My daughter has a recital. I don't care what you got to say. Just get out of the environment. That fool calls you, you better put your answering machine or your voicemail on the first ring. Back in the old days, there was this thing called Privacy Manager. Man, I tried all this stuff. And then back then, I think I believe I had AT&T, and there was another, that was part of the Privacy Manager, but Privacy Manager is like a little device. It didn't work very well. But then AT&T had this thing, it was like the Privacy Manager, and in order for someone to actually get through to your line, they would, if it was an unrecognized number or one of those blocked numbers or restricted, they would have to identify themselves, which you couldn't get police calls, etc. I don't know, it didn't really work as well as I wanted it to. But, that's one thing. You know what I mean? Like, you can set up these devices to just stop that negative, nervous energy from coming into your field. And it's not to say we don't have those moments. We'd be stressing. Something's happened. Maybe you lost your job, or you got an illness, or your kid is sick, or your mom just passed, or whatever it is. We're all human. But in order for you to preserve your energy field, you have to keep the energy drainers out. I don't care if it's mass media, because I haven't watched mass media for 30 years. Hello. Turns out everything I said was right, but what do I know? Energy vampires, energy drainers. I personally think a lot of these bureaucratic systems, these pyramid type systems, drain. That's all they do. That's all they do. The death cults drain, and I'm not going to talk so much about that in this video. Why would you always want to give your energy to another diabolical force? Like, I'll use this as an example. There are some systems that require you to go get trained, go off to another country, and be willing to blank, blank, blank other people for their cause. But yet you're not supposed to. That's all I'm going to say. It really is about discernment. It's about discernment. What's another energy vampire? In my opinion, I gotta get some water for this. In my opinion, holidays are energy vampires. It's not that I don't enjoy a lot of them. I do. I sure do. I'll be eating up a storm at Thanksgiving. I enjoy a lot of the things and rituals around Christmas without going into the whole, what is it called? Saturnalia, without going into all that. I mean, meeting with your loved ones or people that you really care about, enjoying food and drink and maybe a few presents and happy music. I mean, that's beautiful. But there's always there's always a negative side to a lot of things. But to me, holidays just drain. They drain. They just drain. It's almost like there's this energetic vampiric force taking our energy. People on podiums drain your energy. People in CEO positions sometimes drain your energy. Now the judicial system drains your energy. Facts. Facts. So really, at the end of the day, you just have to be able to discern what is adding to your energetic field and what is taking away from your energetic field, which is all math. It's a mathematical equation, which actually adds up to physics and astrophysics. But I'm not an expert, but it's just, I know the skeleton of it. Energy attracts energy. So just be aware. And I really hope that this is helpful. And again, I'm saying I'm not perfect. I show enough. I'm not perfect. No perfecto. Miss no perfecto. I hope you all have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. And I hope that this was informative. Have a good day. Peace.